Just in advance. I met my best friend at the age of 5 when I was smaller, and many memories have been shared at that point. And then as we grew, we shared a lot more memories. And life in high school, we kind of separated a little bit. And when we graduated, it was a year where we didn't talk at all. Then I go back to talk to him, and I don't hear a response. I learned that he's in the hospital. He died 3 days later. This was 3 years ago. So, death is all around us. It comes at a very unlikely time, and we become depressed, suicidal, maybe, and we were filled with regret. This is normal. And there's always a bright side, however. Hopefully, in due time, this will convince you to never stop caring for those you've loved. I'm sure you've all experienced losing someone, family or friend. You get depressed. It's normal, like I said. According to the Gale Encyclopedia of Genetic Disorders, it says it is estimated that the likelihood of experiencing depression during one's lifetime is 5%. Approximately 9.5% of the American population, or 19 million people, are affected by depression in any given year. This depression can be caused by just about anything, but I believe there's an open window of death. Sometimes, those who mourn contemplate suicide to join their loved ones. This is never a good idea. And it's never the answer. A more common emotion, however, is regret. When I talk to my friends about death and who they lost close to them over the years, it is more likely for them to talk about the ones they've lost unexpectedly. And I am convinced that they feel much regret because they never got the chance to spend that last moment with them. I only have one regret. I never had the opportunity to spend with my best friend. In all reality, no one can stop death, because it's the one thing we as humans can do in our lives that we have to do. My whole point to you is to cherish what time you have left with your loved ones and to remind them how much they mean to you before you lose that chance. I was never given that opportunity, as I mentioned earlier, and I apologize to my friend every time I visit his grave. Thank you.
Taylor, what did you think?
Overall, it was pretty good. The intro was pretty clear and pretty relatable. I think we've all lost somebody, so I think we all have related to his intro and his speech in whole. He made pretty good eye contact and didn't really read from the cards unless he was quoting statistics. His speech, for the most part, was clear and to the point. I don't know if this was meant to be, but the T-shirt kind of went along with speech. And I think his conclusion was really good. It kind of summed up everything he was saying in his speech. So overall, I thought it was pretty good.
Well, I think that the subject obviously is sobering, and it's one that I think you convey appropriate emotional state in. And the exit, for instance, is one of those things that really leaves us with a strong feeling to empathize with your position on this. As a speech, I think it's just getting started when you end. I really felt like, okay, I've been given a dramatic look into a person's regrets and some of the feelings they have at this particular situation, and you're going to use this to make a point. And I just thought that you did a very minimal kind of point on this, and your personal experience I think is good, but there's a lot of information out there that talks about how widespread these kinds of feelings are. Obviously people die every day. There are other experiences and examples that you could develop. The speech is barely 2.5 minutes. It goes just a little bit over 2.5 minutes, and so if I was looking at this just as an opportunity to provoke an emotional reaction, I'd say, okay, this is really a solid thing because you're speaking from the heart and you've got a good experience that you can tell us. I don't want to say good experience, but you have an experience that you can tell us about that's a good illustration of the point you're trying to make. But it needs to have a little bit more depth and content to it than we get here. All right, thank you.